Hello, friends and members of the Creation Research Society. Dr. Brown here. As you know, this summer, July 24th through the 26th, we will be holding our annual CRS conference in St. Louis, Missouri. And on the first day of that conference, Thursday, July 24th, we have workshops. Now, these workshops are a special treat. It's a little different from the normal presentations in the conference. You have a couple options. There's geology, astronomy, and here to talk to us about the biology workshop, we've got Dr. Matthew Cherhady and myself. I will also be working with that workshop. So Matthew, welcome.
Okay, so thank you very much for having this interview with me. And so I teach computer science here at Concordia University, Irvine. I've been a regular attendee at the Creation Research Society conferences. I love it, and so I'm just applying for the first time to lead a workshop in biology.
So Matthew, you're really an expert in molecular baromenology, trying to figure out God's created kinds, but using DNA to do that. So with that in mind, you kind of approached us with this idea of how you could use and teach others how to use statistical software and programming software that's not that's within everybody's reach to do this type of research. So tell us what you have planned for the morning session of the workshop.
Okay, so basically, we could learn about the R programming language. It's a very versatile, very much used programming language, and it's
now,
very.
When you say R, can you spell that for us?
It's the single letter R.
Okay. Yeah, that confused me at first too when I first learned this language. It is just one letter, R.
It's just like there's a C language. It's just called R, and so it's widely used in research, and so that would be ideal for the Creation Research Society. And so, like I said, that there are a lot of like dozens, maybe hundreds of packages that you can download and use in lots of different areas. I even created two creationist packages myself, and so it's there on CRN on the R website. You can make a lot of colorful professional descriptive figures if you read my papers and you see these heat maps, and these are all made in R. Also, the statistical analysis, like finding the kinds based on the sequential analysis. You can do all sorts of data analysis statistics in R. It's really an ideal language for our intents and purposes. And so, like I said, that R has a lot to offer. It's very versatile. You can make websites and apps. I've created a molecular baromenology app itself, which is, I sent it to the CSQ journal. It's currently under review. And so, R has a lot to offer. And I think that as creation scientists, we should keep abreast of technology. I used to say that as creationists, we can do as good science or even better science than the evolutionists because we have truth on our side. And so in my research, I've used R to generate heat maps, like colorful heat maps in different colors, red ones for mitochondria studies and also green ones for chloroplast studies.
So let me stop you there, Matthew, because I see on the wall behind you a beautiful poster with some heat maps on it. So those heat maps were created in R, correct?
In R, for example.
So in other words, R it's a programming language which could scare people, if they aren't familiar with programming languages, but it's very powerful. It's used to make figures. So I used it all the time during my grad school research as well to make figures and do statistical analyses. But the more you get into it, it's extremely powerful. It can actually do a lot of the like DNA alignments and calculating scores on similarities. So there's a lot of power behind this.
Yeah. And so for those who are totally new to programming, I teach beginner programming courses here at Concordia. So I understand that it might be daunting, but don't be afraid because we're going to start with like really basic R, like what is a variable? How do we assign a value to a variable? How do we install a package? Like really baby steps, and then we all build it up, and we all focus on using a script that I use many times. I'll come with a pre-written script that we can just go through step by step, which actually reads an alignment sequence between mitochondria. It calculates the identity matrix. it makes the heat map and does the clustering. And so, uh, uh, or it really isn't so in that respect, because the commands that we run uh, are simple, and you just have to like plug in your parameters, and you can do like a lot of things with single commands. It's not like Python where you have to know a bit more commands, or is different that it's that even like lay people, we're going to offer an R course here at Concordia for biology and also for mathematics and engineering students who don't have much programming experience. So, or I think is learnable, it's doable. So I don't think new users should be afraid of anything.
So that's fantastic because so Matthew here he's this is what he does for a living. He's a teacher, so he
Yeah,
teaches things like bioinformatics. So this is an opportunity. I guess Matthew, you're going to want them to bring a computer because they're going to be working along
yeah,
with you to
yeah.
learn how to use R if they're a beginner, or if you've used R before, Matthew will teach you some of how he uses it in his own research.
Yeah, yeah. So there's you can download like or Studio on your laptop, but there's also a cloud version uh, that you can use if you don't. There's a cloud version and also this or Studio standalone program version. Yeah, but I mean, again,
Fantastic.
it's user friendly. They try to make it easy for new programmers to use. So I think it should be a good experience.
Well, thank you, Matthew, for sharing that. And we should also mention R is free. It's very powerful
Totally
and
free,
it's
totally
free.
free.
There's a huge user base that's using this and
Exactly.
contributing packages. So lots like we as creationists need to be utilizing this sort of tool.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Um,
And so
on another note, go ahead.
I just want to add that there's all sorts of help pages, manual pages. If you don't know something, they have like a whole PDF, so it's easy to look up how a certain function or command works if you've never used it before. So there's an there's a lot of support for R. Yeah,
All right, looking forward to that. This is going to be a great learning experience for all skill levels as we delve into this in the morning at our CRS biology workshop. In the afternoon, then we are going to change gears a little bit. We're going to move into like a journal club format and talk about some of the current research on the secular side, things that are happening in the biological sciences that are worth knowing about as creationists. So two of those, let me actually pull this up so you all can see. Two of those things that we're going to be looking at are number one, the one you see up front, accurate structure prediction of biomolecular interactions with AlphaFold 3. So AlphaFold 3 is an AI-powered protein prediction software that's predicting the shape of proteins. And it's really come on the scene strong in the last few years. So we've got some experts, creation experts that utilize this in their own research, and they'll be talking to us about AlphaFold 3 and what that's all about. Also, you may have heard about the dire wolf. So there is a preprint article published by the company and scientists that are working with the dire wolf. We'll be looking at this article and learning some of the science about that, and even how we, as creationists, could tap into this type of research in resurrecting created kinds. So a lot of interesting topics that have come out in the just world of biology this past year. These are the things we're going to be talking about at the biology workshop at the CRS 2025 meeting. Matthew, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you this summer.
okay, thank you very much, and God bless you all.